So welcome back, or welcome to Yoga with Ciara. This is day 25 of practice. We're going to learn how to push down into our feet. And we're going to start on our backs, come into cat, and then do it in standing. It's really delicious. So come lie on your back. Come. So lying on your back, your knees are bent. And just begin by arching your lower back and flattening down. And so as you flatten down, squeeze your bum and feel like I don't know if it's tightening or lengthening. How do you feel it? As you squeeze, what happens at the front of your thighs and the front of your hips? So flattening down, squeeze your bum. I think they're stretching. Arching, flattening down, squeeze your bum. So I'm not lifting my hips off the floor. I'm just squeezing my bum. One more time. Squeeze, and now begin to lift up and down along your spine. And so you're rolling up and down, and the focus is strengthening and lengthening the front of your hip and the front of your thigh. Just feel that. Lifting high, my heels are strong, lowering down. And I'm really feeling the sense of power into my legs. So how do you push into your feet as you roll up and down? Feel all of your toes, your heels. Feel how the power of your legs translates itself up into your torso. One more time, and pause on the up. So now my feet are really strong into the floor, and I'm going to see how I engage my toes right now, how I push a bit more into my heels. My bum is squeezing, my thighs are strong, and I feel the front of my pelvis and hips are really open and lengthening. Nice, lower all the way down. From here, let your right leg travel. So draw your right knee up towards you. And then imagine that you're pushing a stone away with your right heel. And you push so strong that you feel this sense of super long length from the deep of your belly down into that right heel. Bend your knee. And then surging down into your heel. And I really have this sense of my leg is contracted and I'm pushing into my leg. Even as it comes backwards, I have a sense of contraction about my leg. It's not just moving in space, it has this pushing down into the heel. See if your leg is low to the floor or is it quite high? Can you bring it a little bit lower to the floor so that your calf touches lightly and you feel more of a stretch through the front of your hip? Nice, one more time. Nice. Pause with your leg long, point into your toes, and then draw a circle with your right leg. My leg it's not really traveling way up because when I travel up, my hip starts to clunk. So I'm staying low beneath the knee of the other side, and I'm not doing the clunky thing into my hip. And then roll in the other direction. Circling. Nice. Squeeze your knee up towards you, just hug it in. Big squeeze. And then change. Let the left leg squeeze in and then push down really strongly. Knee comes up. And I really have this sense of like, I'm embodying the sense of a push and a sense of resistance. The movement has a certain drag to it because my leg is contracted. I just feel that. So strong, so yum. Can you feel the power in your legs? One more time. Long. Point into your left toes and then draw a circle, keeping your thigh lower than the other thigh. So don't go to the point of the clunk. The clunk happens for me if I lift my foot higher than my knee and go a little bit out to the side. Oh, and then this like happens in my hip. And it's not that it's painful. I just don't think it's a healthy thing for my hip to do. And just circling in the other direction. Really stay steady through the belly, strong and long into that left leg. Bend your knee, squeeze your knee up towards you. Nice. And then drop it. And then just roll. Last movement, lying on your back. Just roll your knees from side to side. And as you roll, feel your pelvis, your hips, your knees, deep of your belly. Very lovely. Nice. So roll over into your cat, all the way over. Hands are underneath your shoulders, knees are underneath your hips. I'm going to tuck my toes under because my knees are a little bit more active when I tuck my toes under. So come to a neutral spine and just feel like the back of your neck, between your shoulder blades, the back of your ribs, the lower back, they're all moving backwards a bit towards the ceiling, but they're not rounding. I'm just really long and steady. Nice. Now draw your right knee up and forward and then push your right heel back like you're pushing a stone away from you. Same movement again. Draw your knee towards you. My spine isn't moving. And then strong and push your heel back. Bend your knee. Push with your right heel straight back behind you. Have a moment at the end where your leg is super long and the front of the hip again is engaging. Bend your knee. Push with your heel. Bend your knee. Push with your heel. Nice. Point into your right toes. Draw a circle back here. Wow, there's a candle there. Try and keep your spine steady as you circle with your right leg. Wow, that's tricky, isn't it? And then circle in the other direction. Whoa, that's so cool. I love finding out movements that I don't know how to do. This movement I don't know how to do. I'm like, wow, this is new. Cool. Knee to the floor, other side. So strong and long through your spine, connection. And then surge your left knee forward. And then straight back like you're pushing a stone away with your heel. It's interesting, if I'm moving furniture, I'll often use my legs. I'll stick my back against the wall and then I'll push with my legs. So have a sense of push with your leg. Really strong muscles. I used to do rock climbing years ago, and the strongest muscle in your body is your thigh for lifting you up. One more time. Long and strong into your heel. Point into your toes, draw a circle. Wow. So interesting. My leg is totally confused right now. Other direction. My foot doesn't know which way to point. So interesting. Nice. Sit all the way back. Rest into your child's pose. So somewhere in the middle of practice, we were talking about potatoes. What are the potatoes of your practice? Which is the Irish yoga way of saying, what is the kind of the places, the foundation of the depth of your practice, the solidness or the important parts between. So for Margaret in America, child's pose is her potato. So just settling in, just feel, how do you let all of that rest? That engagement we did into your legs. I have a sense of my deep belly, the pelvis, the psoas as it travels up towards the diaphragm. Nice. So come all the way up into your downward dog. Pushing back into your downward dog and settle in. Wiggle a bit. And then bend both of your knees and then push into both of your legs. So push back into your heels. Bend both your knees and then push. So as you push, feel like your bum is lifted in the air because you push. Bend your knees. Push. Bend your knees. It's interesting. I'm feeling like my legs are lengthening, but not necessarily that they're pushing because they don't usually push here. So I'm trying to train them. How do you push? And it's a different action. How do you change the action from straightening your legs to pushing with your legs? One more time. Super cool. Come all the way up. Elbows to your knees. Bend your knees. Pause. Wiggle your toes. Always a good thing. Can you wiggle onto the baby toe side of your feet? Big toe. Baby toe, big toe. How far can you travel left to right with your ankles as you do this? How far do your ankles move right and left? Mine go outwards and inwards, so they're mirroring each other. Outwards, inwards. Nice. Come all the way up to stand. So holding onto the wall. I'm going to use the wall for this bit. This thing is here again. Is it better when I come? No. I think if I go more back. Yes, you can see me better when I go more back. Maybe here. Oh, here. Great. Let's do it here. So have your left hand on the wall and lift your left knee up. Just up. Don't think about it much. Left knee up. Left hand on the wall, left knee up. Okay? And then put your left foot to the floor, lift your right knee up. Okay? And so your right knee's in the air and you're standing on your left foot. And then just notice that your left knee is probably a little bit bent and you're not really connected to the strength of your left leg. It's just doing something right now, okay? So bend your left knee a tiny bit, not much, tiny bit of a bend in your left knee, like literally 1 millimeter more. And now push down into that left leg and actively straighten your left leg. Tiny bit of a bend. And then straighten like you're pushing your heel away. And as you do that, the front of my hip and thigh engage. Bend your knee. And then super straighten your left leg. Hold on to your right knee. Pull your right knee towards you and try and straighten more and more into your left leg. This is this pushing down into the floor. You can take your left hand off the wall if you wish. And really pushing deeply down into that left leg so that you feel that you're actively straightening the knee, actively straightening the hip or lengthening the hip. Nice. Other side. So bring your right hand to the wall. Lift your right knee up. Notice your leg. Lift your left knee up. Notice your leg. So again, I have this kind of dull standing leg. So bend your knee a tiny bit. And super straighten your leg. Bend your knee a tiny bit. And then push your heel down so you feel you're getting taller. Bend your knee. Get taller. So engage all the way to the top of your head. Bend your knee and get taller. Super. Pause there. Hold on to the left knee. Maybe take your right hand off the wall. Really super strong into that right leg. Nice. Both feet to the floor. So we're going to do both feet. So bend your knees a little bit and then push down into your feet. Squeeze your bum, reach your arms wide, reaching up, looking up. Nice. Bending your elbows, bending your knees, roll all the way down. Hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Slowly rolling up, your knees are bent. When your hands are near your thighs, begin to super straighten your legs as you reach up and look up. So now I'm pushing down into my feet as I reach upwards. Bend your knees, let them soften, rolling down. Hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Your knees are bent, hands to your shins. You can, if you want to, as you straighten your arms, you can push a bit into your legs here, but see what you want. Bend your knees as you round forward As you roll up, when your hands are near your thighs, push down into your feet, straighten your legs, reaching up, looking up. Nice. And all the way down. So we're going to do a lunge based on this leg pushing thing we've just done. So lean forward, bring your right hand to your right thigh, step the left foot back. And so whoop. So my left foot's at a 45-degree angle, my right foot's pointing directly forward. Bend your right knee. Bring your right elbow to your right thigh. So check out that left leg. So it's just hanging out there. It just is. So bend your left knee a little bit and then push down into that left leg like you're trying to push the stone away from you, and feel the engagement through the front of your belly and your buttock. Drop your left hand down and then along beside your ear. And then reach with your left fingers as you push down into your left heel. So if you need to be reminded, bend your left knee again and then reach super long through the left side. If you want to increase the strength, just bring your right hand to the floor here. Left arm is directly up towards the ceiling. Your hand is on the big toe side of your foot. Bend your front knee a little bit more. So again, bend the left knee and find that surge down into your leg, super strong. Cool. Bring your left hand to your hip, right elbow to your right knee, rising up. We're going to do water whooshing. So turn both toes towards the left. Whoosh your hand down and reach as far as the height of your shoulder. Both elbows, both knees, over towards the left. No, right, sorry. And notice the back leg. So I really noticed it when I went to the right. That deep push into the floor has been engaged. Whereas when I go over towards the left, the right leg doesn't understand it as much. We're going to go train the right leg in a moment now. How do you push the straightening leg? Push the straightening leg. So amazing how my left leg knows what I'm talking about and the right leg is going, oh, don't really know. So come up, let's go train the right leg. So bend forward, step the right foot back, bring the left elbow to your left knee. From here, bend the right knee and then push really strong into that right leg and feel that you're reaching from the deep of your belly down into your right leg. Bend your knee and then straighten your leg. One more time. Bend your knee, straighten your leg, stay super strong, drop your right arm down and then along beside your ear. Bend your knee, straighten your leg and find that connection. If you want, you can drop your left hand down beside your big toe. Right arm is straight up towards the ceiling then. Bend your knee, straighten your leg, find the deep of your belly. Super. Coming up, water whoosh. So let's see if our right leg knows what we're talking about. Whooshing to the left. Yes, it does. It's learned. Wow, that's so cool. Right. Cool. So there's a push down into the heels through the front of your belly in water whooshing. You can go into supreme where your hand lifts higher. It's even more. One more time each side. How awesome. That's so cool. So come lie on the floor, all the way down. Land on the floor. Last movement, we're going to do gliders. So drop your arms wide. Both knees drop down towards the right. And then glide your left knee up towards your right shoulder. All the way back. And then right knee up towards your left shoulder. Back. Up. Back. And just let that glide softly within you. Nice. Come back to center, hands to your belly. Pause. Really steady, slowing things down. Nice, guys. So stay here. Let that be absorbed into your system, that deep strength through the front of your belly, that push into your legs. Very delicious. I like that we found out something new about water whooshing. Oh, water whooshing forever. So great. Thanks for joining me. Very, very awesome to have you here. And today is a Wednesday, so 2 more days of standing. And then there's 1 more day of Saturday Yum, and then we're finished. Oh my God. So 3 more days of practice. So great. Wellness will be coming in the 1st of February. I'm going to be teaching or explaining or talking about small incremental practices of wellness that I tell my clients, my students about on a very regular basis. So nice. Lovely. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. Great. Ciao, ciao.